Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo está? Hoy vamos a hablar del pasado. We're going to talk about the past tense today. But before we get into it, let's watch the silly video.
Okay, everybody. I have to write a composition for Spanish class about unforgettable experiences, and I need your help right now.
Geez, Petey, I'm not sure I can remember any unforgettable experiences.
I'm sure they'll come to you. Toña, you go first in Spanish. Bueno, el año pasado, cuando viajamos a México, montamos a caballo. Good. Okay, I'll go next. Yo visité un parque nacional en Costa Rica y acampé allí. Okay, Pablo, out with it.
Okay, Petey. Ayer hablé con el presidente de los Estados Unidos y miramos la televisión en su casa. Y...
Pablo, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Admit it, you did not meet the president.
Oh, geez, Petey. Okay. But a guy can dream, can't he?
Did you get it? These are some sentences that end in the past tense. Visité un parque nacional. I visited a national park. Acampé allí. I camped there. Hablé con el presidente. I spoke to the president, with the president. Viajamos a México. We traveled to Mexico. Montamos a caballo. We ride horses. Miramos la televisión. We watch television. So this is the past tense, and this is how we're going to express how things were completed. So let's get going. First, we're going to review a little bit how it is in English, how we use the past tense in English. So in English, just like in Spanish, the spelling of the word in the past tense, the simple past, is a little different. For example, here we say, he talked. Notice that ed in the past tense, verb endings, the ed is added to the verb. How about he talks? He talks, that's something that happens in the present, right? Now, in the past tense, is he talked. So it's very similar as in Spanish because something happens in the verb, at the end of the verb. Él habla, he speaks. Él habló. Notice the O with an accent at the end. That identifies that this verb has been changed and is expressing it in the past tense. So everything happens in the verb, okay? The verb tells you a story, tells you what is happening, what's going on, the action that is happening. It's also telling you who is doing that action at the end of the verb, because each end of the verb belongs to a specific person, a specific subject that is doing that action or completed or did that action, okay? So he says here, the preterit tense. By the way, preterit is nothing but another fancy grammatical word for past tense, okay? Preterit, preterito, preterit, past tense. If you want to just say past tense, just say past tense. It says the preterit or past tense in Spanish tells what happened at a particular moment in the past. How do you form the preterit? With AR verbs, and this is what we're going to cover today, okay? Now, when we talk about the preterit, the past tense, we talk about things that were completed, okay? Have a specific time when it happened. So what do? You keep the stem, you keep the beginning of the verb, you drop the ending, just like we used to do with the conjugations of the present tense. Remember those? You just get rid of the AR or ER, or YR, whatever that is, but for this case, we're going to do AR. The verb is visitar, okay? So you're going to get rid of the AR part right here, and then you're going to substitute it with another ending. For yo, the ending in the past tense is in the preterite is e with an accent. Make sure you put an accent because that specifies emphasis. It puts emphasis on that specific vowel, specific syllable. So you say, yo visité. I visited. That's what it translates. Tú visitaste. Aste will be the ending, as you can see it right here, right? Aste. Aste will be the ending for AR verbs for two. Aste. So you keep the stem, visit, and then you put aste. Visitaste. You visited. Usted, él, and ella, as usual, they share the same endings, right? So it would be usted visitó, ella visitó, él visitó. And notice that this one right here also has an accent on the O, just like the accent on the E and the yo form. So far in the yo form, the A has an accent, and then usted, él, ella, O has an accent. And that is pronounced usted visitó, él visitó, ella visitó. Because if you don't have the accent, then it changes. It changes the meaning also of the word. Yo visito, I visit. Él visitó, he visited. Do you hear that? Nosotros visitamos. Notice that is very similar to the conjugation of the present tense. Nothing changes. Vosotros visitasteis. Ustedes visitaron. Remember your friend Aaron? This is where he comes and play. You get rid of the AR and put O. Actually, you don't really get rid of the AR. You just add on to it. Visitaron. Ustedes visitaron. Ellos visitaron. Ellas visitaron. They visited. Okay? You all visited. Let's look at this sentence. Durante las vacaciones, yo monté a caballo. The verb is montar, right? I am the one, I'm the subject. I am the one that did this action, yo. And what is it that I did? Ride horses. So because you gotta conjugate it, that this action happened in the past, you drop the ending and put the correct ending for the subject, which is e. Yo monté a caballo. I rode horses. A horse. Mi mamá visitó un museo. My mother is the one that did the action. My mom falls in the category of ella, right? So what is the ending for ella? O with an accent. Mi mamá visitó un museo. My mother visited a museum. Y mis hermanas nadaron. Nadar is the verb, right? And all you do is, if they are doing the action, they are the subject, ellas or ellos, ustedes is the subject, then you just add on, visitaron. Oh, sorry, in this case would be nadaron, which is to swim. They swam, okay? During vacation, I went horseback riding. I visited a museum, and my brothers went swimming. That's what translates, okay? Now notice that in the nosotros ending, the preterite tense is the same as in the present, okay? That's something that you gotta remember, will be easy. So how can you tell? Well, context of the situation, context of what's happening, right? So for example here, we camped last night in the park. Acampamos anoche en el parque. Usually when you do something like this, you will have a word that will trigger the past tense. Anoche, noche is night. Anoche is last night, okay? So the word anoche tells you that the verb acampamos is in the past tense and not in the present. So now that we have this information, what I would like you to do is to use these endings for the preterite for the past tense and complete activities 5 and 6 in page 66. So what you're going to do here in page 66 is the following. You are going to click on the questions right here. And you are going to tell who did these activities, okay? So for example, yo montar a caballo, as you can see right here. If I am doing the action, you're going to get rid of the AR right here and put the correct form of yo in the past tense. What is yo? What is the ending for yo in the past tense? If you don't remember, just go back here and look it up. I can tell you the ending for yo is the letter E with an accent. As it shows right here, the ending for yo in the past tense is an E with an accent. So you will say right here, yo monte, and make sure that you put the accent on, okay? Yo monté a caballo. Go to the next one. Nosotros. Remember, nosotros is the same form as in the present tense, so you really don't have to change much. So you say, nosotros, viajar is the verb, travel, or we travel, viajamos a la playa. Ellos, what is the ending for ellos? You just gotta add, you just gotta add on, right? So what is the verb? Acampar, which is camping. So you want to say they camped. You say ellos acamparon. Just remember, gotta get rid of the AR, the ending, to put in the other ones. Okay? So what you gotta do with that is identify who's doing this action, who's the subject. Based on the subject, you get rid of the ending AR and put the correct ending in the past tense. Okay, what else do you have to do today? Well, you're going to go to this page 66. After completing activity 5, you're going to do activity 6, and again, it's something that you're going to do here is select the correct ending, the correct verb, acampar, which is to go camping, mandar, which is to send, montar is to ride, and tomar is to take. Visitar is to visit. You're going to read this, and then you're going to plot right here the correct verb, but make sure that you conjugate it in the past tense. So for example, if it's nosotros, okay, then you have to put the correct form of nosotros in the past tense, which would be amos, right? So, me encanta la playa hermosa, Costa Rica. Anteayer nosotros en las montañas acampamos will be the correct one, okay? So you select the correct form, the correct verb, and then you conjugate it in the past tense based on the subject, okay? So that is the activity for today. And if you have any questions, please make sure that you ask me in class. Adiós, nos vemos pronto. We'll see you soon.